Mama just killed a man.
Put a gun against his head. Blowed his eyebrows out. What?
His eyebrows.
His eyeballs.
Blew his eyebrows out.
I am having some kind of mental issue where I can't think of words.
Mama just made me wear. Damn.
This is perfectly natural.
Hello, everybody, and welcome again to Keystone Film Review. We just saw Barbarian, written and directed by Zach Kreger of Whitest Kid You Know fame, starring Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård, Justin Long, Matthew Patrick Davis. He looks so nice compared to how he looks in this. Look at him.
He is.
Look at him.
Nothing so menacing at all.
Yeah, nothing. Oh, that's a little missing.
That's off.
Who else is in? Oh God, why'd I go to his page? Anyway, Richard Brake, Kurt Braunohler. I thought that was him. James Butler, and a few others in smaller roles. This, of course, is a horror movie. Mm-hmm. If you didn't know that. I watched the trailer, half of the trailer, twice, because I didn't want anything spoiled, and I don't know if it spoils anything, but you know with horror movies, it usually does.
I didn't watch the trailer at all.
Yeah, so you went completely blind. What did you think before going into the movie?
Really, I had zero expectations or thoughts about it. I just knew the cast. It was Justin Long and Bill Skarsgård, and I don't really know the Georgina chick. Unless I do, I just don't.
Black Mirror.
Nope.
Yeah, Black Mirror is all I would know her from.
So, I mean, besides Bill Skarsgård and Justin Long, I really knew nothing about this movie. Even with them in it, I just knew the poster was red, and she's standing at a door frame, and it just doesn't tell a whole lot. And
it's not about D&D, I know that.
And it is not at all about D&D.
Not even. There's not even a single dice in the entire.
There's no dragons.
There's no dragons, no dungeons. Well, there is dungeons.
So yeah, my expectations, I didn't know what to expect. Even with the title name Barbarian, it still doesn't even give what the hell's going on away in this.
A little bit it does, but not much. Yeah.
But
it could go either way, really.
Yeah. Above my expectations, shall I say. It went and did things like a movie does.
In Harry Styles' words, we like this movie because it feels like a movie.
It feels like a movie, and you know that's all you could ask.
All you could ask. But yeah, I had very limited expectations for this. Like I said, I only watched half the trailer because I didn't want anything spoiled. Looked decent enough. Bill Skarsgård is pretty much untrustworthy ever since he played Pennywise. I cannot trust him in a movie.
Yeah.
Ever since that, and yeah, I'm not going to say whether or not those suspicions are founded, but this film, which is directed by a comedian. Comedians are really good at directing horror for some reason, and I love it. This film is, you know, it does a really good job at building the tension, putting you in an uncomfortable state, and then subverting your expectations, which is, you know, very difficult to do, to kind of reveal your plot layer by layer and kind of make the audience not know which way it's going, within reason, of course. I mean, it's not to say that the plot isn't completely shocking, but it's not.
The end of the first act is a huge what the fuck.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And you're just more like a Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It was baffling because I wasn't expecting it in the slightest. I don't think many people honestly would.
Yeah. It takes place in a dilapidated neighborhood in Detroit, and it's, you know, that whole scenario has always fascinated me. Where like, there's videos on like TikTok and Instagram all the time of showing you the progression or degression of houses, primarily in Detroit, but it's not just Detroit that they show, where like in 10 years a house will go from looking like a pretty nice potential home to just being completely inhabitable, ransacked, burnt down in some cases, and just dilapidated. And that whole setting really kind of, while it was open air essentially when they were outside of the house, it does kind of have like this claustrophobic feeling where you feel like you're trapped even though you're not. It added a cool little element of ambience, in my opinion.
And ambience there was.
Yes.
Detroit is known for not being great. If you're from Detroit, I apologize, but it's most likely true. Am I
But,
not
I mean,
right?
there's great places in Detroit.
To the point where it's like even the cops are just like, dude, we got better things to do. There's shootings going on and stuff like that. We don't have any time to deal with whatever the fuck is going on. And that sucked because you're like, would you just fucking listen? Would you listen for one fucking second? What's going on? And that's you in your mind. Of course, we're at the theater. We can't fucking scream those things. But when things start to unravel and unfold and get to points in the second act and the police are involved, and it's infuriating when a cop's just like brushing you off on somebody who clearly looks like they've been troubled. But in their eyes, it's kind of understandable.
She just looks like a crackhead.
She just looks like a crackhead. So that was really fucking annoying. And I'm trying not to go too far into what the actual plot is. But it like Mike said, it does do a great job of shedding layers on what the hell's going on very slowly. And any expectation you had going into this, if you watch trailers or whatnot, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And
I loved it.
Even at the end, I'm like, that's crazy. And there's probably more things that were going on, especially with the bum guy. He's like, she's not even the worst thing going in there. I'm like,
I think that was a reference to
I think so too, but but he also, well, I don't want to put this in there, but he also mentioned the but I'm not going to put that in there.
That's going to be cut out. I'm looking at the lens for no reason. The performances in this are like way better than you'd expect from a low budget horror film. I'm assuming it's low budget. I don't know for a fact if it is, but camera wise, it looked low budget at times. Not in a bad way. It kind of added to the feel of it, in my opinion. Justin Long is great in it as usual. He plays a great asshole,
an absolute dickhead.
Yeah, and the writing is really impressive. I don't know if Zach Kreger has done anything before this other than skits for Whitest Kids You Know. I feel like he probably directed a couple episodes of Stranded. I could be wrong about that. I'm too lazy to look it up, but it's just a really impressive feature film. I'm gonna look that up if this is his first feature, at least, from Zach Kreger. And I'm really excited to see what else he does in the long run,
especially if he continues to do horror stuff.
Yeah,
because this was better than anything I could have expected in any sort of fashion.
Yeah. Okay, this is his third feature. Ms. March was his first.
I watched Ms. March.
The late great Trevor Moore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is definitely his first straying away from comedy. I mean, his second movie was a Whitest Kids You Know movie as well. So for a first, more or less dramatic horror movie, there are a lot of comedic elements in it. But for the most part, it is like a horror thriller. He did a fantastic job, and it was very impressive. I was extremely impressed. I've always been a fan of him ever since I started watching Whitest Kids You Know, so it's just cool to see him successfully branch off from that. And I'm very excited to see if he makes any more horror movies, because this was really good.
I hope he does, because this was really good. Better than most horror movies, period.
Yeah, 100%. Especially September releases. September is usually... Yeah. I mean, this is a weird September, because there's a lot of movies that we want to see coming out, but September is usually... third in release months, only behind January and February.
It's a barren wasteland.
It is a barren wasteland usually, but there's a good amount here. But this did kind of feel like they didn't really advertise it, so it did kind of feel like a throwaway movie for the studio, which is a shame because it's really good. And I hope horror fans go out and see this and support it.
I mean, I hope to God this gets a good word of mouth, because I mean, at least we're gonna be talking about it. I know John Clark is talking about it.
Yeah, John Clark.
On the books, so I'm hoping that more people like John and like ourselves get it out there, because it's surprisingly really good.
Yeah
Really grotesque and just but dear God, really good.
The one thing like, I'm obviously not afraid of hair because I have hair in places.
We all have hair.
We all have hair in places, unless you have alopecia, and in which case, even some people with alopecia have it.
Yep.
But the use of gross hair placement in this,
Yeah.
like, not on a person's body, just in places where it shouldn't be.
Yep.
If you have a wife or a girlfriend that leaves rats in the shower, the hair clumps, that times 1,000.
1,000.
Yuck.
But yeah, I genuinely enjoyed this movie. We try not to give the plot away as much as possible because we do believe you should see it without being told. Don't go see
Go
a
in as
trailer.
blindly as you possibly can. Maybe read the premise, and that's it.
Yep.
Because it is... If you go in blind, I can't say this if you have seen the trailer, it might have given more away. But if you go in as blind as we did, you were in for a wild ride. And yeah, I was very impressed with this. Should we hair? Should we get into ratings?
I think we should get into ratings.
Yes. I was really impressed with this. I think this already cracks. I always make my top 10 based on how it makes me feel. I see so many movies. It's rare that a movie gives me a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
This did. So I think it's already in my top 10 already. I have to just look at my list and see, but I'm between a 4 and a 4.5. Stop it, Glenn. This is 100% my fault because I indoctrinated you. I'm going to go with a 4.5 because I really like this. I really did enjoy this.
Yeah. I was fighting 4.5 and a 4 as well. I think I'm going to do 4 though.
Okay.
Not because I want to be different. I don't know if it is a 4.5, but it's a solid fucking movie though.
I mean, if it were just based on like how well it's made, I would say 4.
Yeah.
But like I'm going off. It's very rare for me to have like a visceral reaction to something, so that's why I'm giving it that extra bump.
I mean, maybe down the line 4.5 is like solid, but I'm thinking I'm going 4. It's still solid regardless. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just go watch the fucking movie. And
Watch the movie.
Don't worry about our ratings. What
Yes.
the hell's the matter with you?
If you did see Barbarian, what did you think? How was Justin Long? Did you like him? Did you hate him? Did you hate to like him or like to hate him?
Just in short temper.
Just in short temper. Can never trust that man again. I can trust Bill Skarsgård again, but not Justin Long.
Yeah, the roles will reverse.
Comment down below if you've seen it. Let us know your thoughts. And you have a blessed day.
Comb your hair, you fucking weirdos.
Don't clean your shower rats.
Bye-bye.
Bye.